Good morning, kindergarten. We are talking about the letter O again today. Yesterday, we learned some special things about the letter O. We learned that Mr. O is a vowel, which means he has two sounds. That's why his letter is yellow. That is also why he has that little sunshine or light on his shirt. Because they say that vowels, we have to have vowels in all our words, so they light the way to making words. So the short sound for O is ah. The long sound is his name, O. And an uppercase O and a lowercase o look exactly the same, just the uppercase one is bigger. So here is my book for the letter O. The title is Olive, the Octopus's Day of Juggling. I hear a short O at the beginning of olive and a short O at the beginning of octopus. Olive is an octopus. She lives in the ocean. Olive dreams of becoming a juggler. She practices around the clock. At 1 o'clock, Olive juggles an onion. At 2 o'clock, Olive juggles an onion and an old pair of overalls. At 3 o'clock, Olive adds an owl in an oak tree. At 4 o'clock, Olive adds an orangutan. At 5 o'clock, Olive adds an orange alien from outer space. At 6 o'clock, Olive adds an entire orchestra. At 7 o'clock, Olive gets oh so sleepy, and oops, down come the onion and the old pair of overalls, and the owl in the oak tree, and the orangutan, and the orange alien from outer space, and even the entire orchestra right on Olive's head. Ouch! Now Olive dreams of becoming an organist. She practices around the clock. And she says, oh well. These are called speech bubbles. That means the character is talking. All right, boys and girls, here is the picture where we find things that begin with the letter O, either the short ah sound or the long O sound. But lots of times I'll tell you something is one of my favorite books. This is not really one of my favorite books because some of the things they've used for the letter O are a little bit tricky. So I know octopus begins with a short O sound. I know ocean begins with a long O. I know that ostrich begins with a short O sound. Oranges, that's a tricky one. You do not really hear the sound, but oranges does begin with an O. We've also got the ox. That begins with a short O sound. The bunny rabbit is wearing overalls. That begins with a long O sound. Here's another tricky one. Organ. When O is next to the R, we really just hear the R. We don't hear the O, but organ does begin with an R. Onion is another tricky one. I'm not sure why they used onion because I do not hear the O. I just have to memorize or know that it begins with an O. All right, back here there's a place I can check. They found octopus, organ, ostrich, ox, overalls, oranges, ocean, and onions. Hey, great job, we found all of them. All of those things begin with the letter O. And here is our cheer for the letter O. O is for octopus who lives in the sea. O is for owl, high in a tree. O is for overalls and oars for a boat. O is for ostrich, orange, and oat. Hooray for O, big and small, the most outstanding letter of all. Okay, next we are going to practice writing the letter O, and this is going to be super easy for you. O is one of our easy letters. So make sure when you are ready to write your O's that you have your paper out. You do not have to have it out right now while I'm getting ready to write. You can just watch while I give you directions. And then when it is time for you, you will need your pencil and your paper or your workbook. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is put my name at the top. And there's a song that we learn in kindergarten that says, the first thing on your paper is your name. The first thing on your paper is your name. The teacher needs to know who did this work, and so the first thing on your paper is your name. So when we are at school all together and I give you the paper, the first thing you need to do is write your name. That way if you drop it or lay it down somewhere and someone picks it up, we know who it belongs to. So I put my name on the line. I have one uppercase letter at the beginning and the rest are lowercase. For the letter O, we start at the top, we curve around just like when we were writing a C, but this time we're going to close it up. For my lowercase, I start on the dotted line, I curve around like when I was writing the C, and then I close it. Okay, boys and girls, you are going to trace this whole row of uppercase O's. After you finish that row, you're going to write a whole row of uppercase O's. Just leave a space in between each one. Just a little finger space in between them. Then you're going to do the same for lowercase O. You're going to start at the dotted line, curve around and close it. You're going to do that whole line. Then you're going to write a line of lowercase O's starting at the dotted line. Leave a space in between. And then just like we did the other day for the letter C, we're going to do uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, lowercase. We trace them. And then we write them. Uppercase O, curve it around and close it. Lowercase O, start on the dotted line, curve it around and close it, and fill up that whole line with O's. All right, if you have any questions about your work or you do not understand something, please just have a grown-up message me and I'll be glad to go over the directions again. All right, use that neat handwriting and I will check it in a few days when we start turning in our work. Have a great day.